Oh no! We suck again!
Big up, everybody. Welcome back to TJ Warren TV. Arsenal lose away at St. James Park 1-0. I don't have any words. I'm probably going to find them, but I don't have any words right now. Jez, if you want to hop on, I'll shoot you the link. Let me know. I don't have the words. Great job, Newcastle.
I can help you out with a few.
Okay, yeah, good job, Newcastle. I'll find them. I'm just gonna cue off my guy in the Pacific Northwest over here. Big up Dal, big up Oregon Goon every single time. Yeah. If you're in the chat, make sure you're smashing the likes. The ops are here to tap dance on our grave. Dal,
yeah,
what do you got?
Don't blame them. Don't blame them one bit. Because you know what? Big up to Newcastle. They played their game. They kept their players in position. They had a striker who didn't have his back to goal and running around playing left mid, right mid, yelling at the refs, putting his back into the center backs, elbowing the defensive mids, knocking down, all the Newcastle players. But you know what? The thing is that our team, we have no target man. There's no one to put the ball in the back of the net consistently. There's no one for Saka to aim for. Martinelli, again, garbage. Head down, head up. Do something. But his head's up, and there's no Havertz there. Havertz is by an 18-yard box while Trossard's there. He can't see Trossard over the 10-foot tall defender. I mean, it's just these little things, TJ, these little things that are so infuriating that we refuse to do. It's like we purposely find the most difficult paths to score a goal and exploit that instead of finding the easy way. One shot on target today. One.
It wasn't even threatening either.
It wasn't even threatening. Nick Pope was back there with a sleeping bag.
Get your mic in front of you. Get your mic in front of you, by the way.
Oh shit! Thank you. Pretty early in the morning.
We can,
I guess that helps.
We can hear you, bro. We can hear you. It's
just, okay. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry, everyone. Yeah. I'm a little off here. Seeing that it's 8:00 in the fucking morning. I was up at 5:15 this morning to watch
that. To watch that, bro.
God, dude. 5:30 in the fucking morning. There goes the monetization.
And don't. No, here's the thing: YouTube can keep their $3. All I'm gonna say here is look, like, you never question the American fans. Never question, because I was texting with Dal and it was 5:30 in the fucking morning and this guy gets up to watch that shit.
Yeah.
Okay. That was absolutely disgraceful what I watched today. I'm just gonna go through it. Like, look,
sure.
We never looked on it. We never looked threatening once.
Not once.
This game, and here's the thing: this is one of the most. Newcastle has a way that they play against Arsenal, which is they're going to be bullying. They're going to be physical all over the pitch. They're going to hit you after the whistle. Like, Bruno Guimaraes is literally such a piece of shit, but we didn't prepare for it at all. Yeah, they're the real dark arts. Let's be real. Like, they bullied us today. Bullied us. And what did we do? We just laid the fuck down. And this is what I can't stand about this club. I'm not even singling out the manager. Everybody can fucking catch it today, because that was disgraceful. Disgrace to the badge. Like, and speaking of somebody that knows the badge, big up Jazz.
There he is.
I'm just saying, look, we can get into individual players, but in individual performances here in a minute.
Let's do it.
But as a club going away when you are in a title race, you got to show more than that. You got to show effort. You got to show like you give up. You got to pretend like you give a fuck.
Right.
And I didn't see that from minute 1 to minute 95.
There was no urgency.
Nothing. No urgency. Zero. Bullshit.
It's
like,
found
I
out
am
too much.
fuming. We are in hell now, because guess what? That's the title gone. Like, we need to stop talking about it now. It is November 2nd in the year of our Lord 2024, and we are out of the title race. And guess what? We are now in a top 4 race, gentlemen, because I got sent this. I was just on Never a Foul. Big up Never a Foul for having me on for the instant match reaction. Really, really appreciate. There was a gentleman named Kamal who went on there and put in a $5 super chat, and he said Arsenal could drop to 7th if Villa, Chelsea, and Brighton win their games this weekend.
Yep.
7th. We are cooked, gentlemen.
7th is. I don't think Brighton's going to beat Liverpool, but oh my God, all it takes is a penalty or something, right? Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
And Brighton or Liverpool's bogey team. Let's have it right. They could easily go in there and get a result. So the fact that we're even talking about this on November 2nd, it's a disgrace. Something needs to change. Something needs to change now. One injury to Odegaard, and it's over. This whole thing has been a fucking paper. We have been a paper tiger for 2 to 3 years, if that's the case. 2 to 3 years. We've been sitting here, bigging up the Arsenal fan base, sitting here, bigging up this manager, sucking off every single decision Edu and fucking Arteta make. And our best 10 is Leandro Trossard, who I thought was absolutely disgraceful today.
Garbage.
He was awful. Worst player on the pitch. We're throwing him in position. You know what? We have now proven that this guy cannot play in the 10. Stop putting him there. At least if you're going to play Winieri there, yeah, he might get bullied, but he'll at least create something. He came on the pitch, and we actually looked active in the final third. We never looked like we were going to score, but we were at least moving around. And every time Trossard touched the ball, it was going in the wrong direction.
Yep.
I didn't see. Did he complete one pass today?
I don't think so.
I'm dead serious.
No. He passed, bro. It's not even like, we'll get to you in a second, Jazz. Big up, buddy. Good to see you.
Yeah, big up, Jazz. Sorry, Jazz. I'm just fuming, man.
I just think Trossard, I mean, you can see passing at the feet to the other players. At their feet. It's not even like at the chest. It's not like it's, he's trying to loop it around the player. No, he's passing it to their feet, bro. They just have to open their foot and trap the ball, hit it on the outside of the foot, and they were gone. And it's too predictable with Saka and Martinelli. The whole thing is predictable. It's like another fucking Star Wars movie. We've seen it before. We know Darth Vader's his father. We get it. Bro,
I still feel like we're stuck. Every season is The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, it's just a merry-go-round of bullshit. Like, I mean, it's so predictable, and it's not like this is something new. You've said it, I've said it, Jazz, people in the chat. It's too predictable when Saka gets the ball. He gets double-teamed and passes it right back. He can't create. If he doesn't have that left-footed shot to the far post, he provides nothing but a decent pass, that's maybe 8 or 9 feet high for someone to get a head on. But Havertz can barely get his head on the ball because his back is to the fucking goal half the time. Or he's looking around and shit. Where was Gabriel today? I thought we were the set-piece kings. He was flying through the air like fucking Superman again, like we did against Bournemouth. He didn't even touch the ball in the air, not even once. Glazed off the back of his head. I mean, it's so frustrating. And I'm tired, like you said, these fans saying, oh, we're scary and dangerous. Oh, Gabriel's the missing link to the set pieces. He hasn't scored in like 3 or 4 games. I mean, is that the strategy? It's a complete wash. And you're absolutely right. It's a top 4 battle. Villa, Chelsea, United, who are only 4 points behind us now. I mean, to not think that United's going to push, they're going to go get Gyökeres in fucking January. And they're wondering where you're going to be. They're going to go get him for 50 or 60 mil while we doggy around with Havertz. The 65 million steal that had a purple patch of 12 to 13 goals. What are we doing here? He is not a striker. And I can almost feel the pain in Rice in the midfield because there's no target man. There's no one there to aim for, no one to get the ball through. There's no poaching. It looks good against Bolton. It looks great against Everton and those other shit squads. No disrespect. But the thing is that he's not a top striker. Quit trying to form this guy into something he's not. It's like, I ain't Patrick Swayze. I'm not in Ghost making fucking, ashtrays and cups and clay pottery and shit, bro.
That's a throwback.
I'm 50 years old. I'm not going to go take up golf as a hobby because I can't swing a fucking club. And it's just like you can't fit a square peg into a round hole. The Havertz experiment is fucking done. It's done. Get him out. The 65 million waste of money. Edu out. Arteta out. Cronkies, that's a different rant for another day, because I do think the Cronkies want to win. I believe they want to win. But they got to realize that there is 5 different managers out there right now that we could spend some money on and get in and get rid of this fraud of FA Cup in 5 years. What are we doing? Go for it,
Jez. Go ahead.
Run with it.
I guess you guys aren't happy then.
Just a little annoyed.
No, I mean,
A little annoyed.
We knew this was going to happen. I called it. I said it in the week. It's going to be a tough day out at Newcastle, and I'm not at all surprised. I'm annoyed, but I'm not overly pissed off about it, because I knew this was going to happen. At the end of the day, Arteta has done his time, and he needs to go now, because we've got Inter away in the week. God help us.
God help us.
Yeah, we've then got Chelsea away, who are doing quite well. Right now, sitting here, this time of the day, I'm sitting here thinking the league is 90% gone.
Yep.
There is a fraction of hope. Fraction. But that is only if the teams above us they fall by the wayside and we can catch up. I don't think that's going to happen, personally. I'm not seeing that at all. But yeah, I'm sorry to have to say, I'm not overly upset, because I knew it was going to happen. It's been coming, boys, for a long time. We got away with it for 2 seasons, and all we did was get lucky. Let's put it right. We got lucky wins when we shouldn't have done, and we got them. Yes, last season we had some great games, superb games, but losing at home to Fulham, Villa, West Ham cost us. We've now lost Bournemouth away, Newcastle away. We've got Chelsea up in the league next. That won't be an easy day out. And right now, that team is panicking. Arteta today, right, he looked like a rabbit between the bloody headlights. Yep. He didn't have a sodding clue what to do. Trossard, sorry, mate, you were absolute wank. You were awful. I said, to myself, sitting here, why didn't we have and give Enweri a start?
I don't know, Jez.
Why not?
I feel the same way about Trossard. I think he's on the downhill slope now. That hat trick he scored against Liverpool while still in the Brighton shirt was centuries ago, and he's far from that form. And that's right. And it's up to Arteta to notice that. If we notice it, Arteta has to notice it. It's just Waneri could have. I'm not saying he could have saved the game, but we would have had, I think, more than one shot on goal.
Did you see the point in the game? Zinchenko's come on 5 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
His third touch, gets the ball, kicks the ground, loses it. Newcastle whip it round him. Sorry, that guy's done. Absolute waste of time. We are looking. I mean, I don't understand this argument. People are sitting there saying we haven't got any creativity with that Odegaard. Hang on a moment. This is a guy that in big games tends to go walkabout.
Right.
So what is he going to bring to the party? No, sorry. You've got to look at the real fact. We've got a shit team, a shit bench, and a shit manager. Right? The only thing we can change right now is the manager. We can't change the team. We can't change the bench.
Right.
So the only thing we can do is to give us any chance of hope is get him out now. And Edu, you can go with him. And if we are really serious, Cronkies, if you're really serious about this, you'll be looking at this and thinking, well, we're in deep trouble. We need to do what Manchester United did, show some bollocks, sack their manager, who's won, hello, Matty,
Big up, Matty.
Won 2 trophies. In his time he was here, he won 2 trophies. Sorry, at Man United. And they showed ambition the other day and said, no, your time's done. Out you go. We're going to get another promising Portuguese manager in, right? We should be doing exactly the same and saying, sorry, Arteta, you're just not doing the business. You're going, and we're going to go. Hello, we're going to Inter Milan in the week. Why don't you tap him up? Tap him up and offer him big money.
Why would he want to come here?
Here's
money.
Here's the thing,
Yeah.
guys. I don't.
That's
think
all we
the
got.
Cronkies-
That's all we got.
Here's the problem I have with that. Big up, Maddie. Thanks for hanging out, bro.
Big up,
Thanks
Maddie.
for joining us. Here's the thing. I don't think the Cronkies know Inzaghi exists.
Probably not.
And I think you guys know where I'm going with this, because Arteta snaked his way into this job. He's been holding their hands since day one. They knew nothing about football management and the grass. I mean, maybe about the grassroots, and I'm sure they learned some history about the club. But as new owners, they needed someone to guide them. And Unai Emery just wasn't that guy. Now, he was, on a coaching level, he's what we needed. I still think he'd be great at Arsenal right now. But the thing is that Arteta snaked his way into this job, and he's been using the relationship with Josh Kroenke to keep himself in this position. He's been exploiting that relationship, going to Avalanche games, going to Nuggets games with Josh. I think there was a game where Arteta wasn't in the stands and he wasn't in the bench and he was kicked out like 2 or 3 years ago, for a red card or whatever, was sitting in the stands with Josh. They had their friends, they go to dinner, and I just feel that it's going to take a monumental effort for the Cronkies to get Arteta out, because he's such a snake in the grass and has embedded himself in there. And that's what I mean. He's been holding their hand, Jez. I don't think if the Cronkies know who Inzaghi is and know who he played for and know his background in world football, all the more power to him. I'm saying they don't.
No, but our management does. Our directors do.
Okay.
And the Cronkies would, I'm sure, get advice from them and say, right, come on, let's get down. Let's talk about this. It's time for a change. And we have people, I'm not saying they're the greatest at all. I'm not saying this, but we do have management there in the boardroom that actually will know who manage the way should do. If they are big into their football, as they want to make us believe, then they will know the top flight managers that would be available.
Well, there's even Richard Garlick would know that, Jez. Like Ace was saying, Garlick doesn't have a clue.
I think you'd probably find they would know. Yeah, because they'd have people out there that they talk to people. I don't think they're quite as stupid as we make them out to be.
Okay.
But I'm not saying you're wrong. You're right. I'm not saying you're wrong. But if we know it, then they should know it. And if they don't know it, then that is a major, major problem. Right?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, if they're running one of the biggest teams in English football history, then they should know the best managers that are out there that we can attract and say to Inzaghi, right, look, we've got a problem. We need somebody to stabilise the ship. We need somebody that in the January transfer window can get in and strengthen our squad if they give him the money, of course.
Right.
You offer him big money, he ain't going to be getting. We can offer him far more money than he's going to get currently.
Currently, right.
I'm not saying that's always a good thing to do, but sometimes that's the only option you've got. We can't change the squad. We can't change the bench. So the only thing we can do right now, sack the manager and get somebody else in.
Maddie, welcome to the show. Thank you for coming on. Yeah, let us know how you're feeling, bro.
Oh shit, I'm fine, man. Because I already knew shit would happen. Bro, we've been waiting it all year. Me, all of us have said it. We've all said it. All of us on this panel. That's why it shouldn't bother any of y'all. Now out of the love of the club, I can understand, but the fact that what we're seeing is we knew it was coming. We've been hanging on all season. We got our ass whipped today, y'all.
Yeah, we did.
Point blank. We got our ass point blank whipped today at Newcastle. We got kicked in the teeth. 1-0, one shot on target, one shot improvement off last year. That's what? one shot on goal at St. James's Park in 2 years. That's it. And this manager is still got the job. Should have been fired at halftime. If it was me, he'd have been fired at halftime. Send him home. Send him home. Stop the bleeding. Patch the ship. The ship is going down. We got to get some welders. Get some welders on the bottom of the ship because the ship is sinking. The submarine's going down. We're going nowhere this season, Jazz. I just told Lee after we got out there, I said, Lee, we ain't winning the Carabao Cup. You know why? He said, why? I said, because now you got pressure on him. He winning that.
Exactly.
And so that's how you do. So now you gonna piss that away. This guy is this guy is absolutely a dunce. He has no clue of how to do anything. He looked like a complete fool today on that sideline.
Yep.
He looked like a fool. Eddie Howe and they were just laughing at him. Look at him. They said, look at him over there. He's standing there just looking. He goes to Zinchenko, and that's when I knew. I said, oh, man, we in trouble. At least said Zinchenko's coming. I said, no, he's not. And I look up, he is coming. I said, oh, well, I knew we done. Now I know we're done. And you saw the same problems that you saw with him before he went out. Nothing's changed. Jesus, still garbage. Jesus offered nothing. Martinelli offered nothing. Nobody.
I forgot Jesus even came on, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Running into walls. There's nothing there in this team. This manager can't get anything else out of these players. There's nothing else. I'm starting to believe. Jez, you said, and Warren told me the same thing this week, that the players are starting to go, nah. But they're starting to get tired of him because there's no way you go into that game down a goal, come back out at halftime with the same energy. Yeah, and that's right, Gunnar. They both tackled each other in the box.
They did.
Two clowns. A clown.
Arteta's two yes men when he started.
Yeah, we paid top dollar for those signings. And then they offered nothing.
I honestly think, Matty, sorry to interrupt. I said this the other week. I honestly do think that the players are getting pissed off now with Arteta.
Yeah.
They're starting to get fed up with his arrogance. They're starting to get up with his style of play. And we know once that happens, players are just going to say, oh, fuck you.
Yeah,
exactly. And I think you got a good point, Jez. I think where the switch may have changed a bit is when we went full-on defensive at City, because we haven't really broken that pattern yet.
Nope.
Are we a defensive side, or are we the fluid attacking Arsenal side?
We're defensive.
In the chat. We have no identity right now.
We're defensive because we have nobody that can create. That's why we're defensive. There are no ideas on the offensive side of the ball. There's nothing. Even if we had a target man, who's going to give him the fucking ball?
Yeah, I was just going to say we could sound Jokeris tomorrow, and it wouldn't fix this team because we still got the same manager. We still got the same manager, and until we get rid of this manager, until we get rid of Edu, we ain't doing nothing. We ain't going nowhere and doing nothing. And people got to get that through their head. But you're starting to see it because if you watch that stream today, Dale, you saw it. You heard it. You heard you heard Egal. You heard all of them. They starting to get frustrated because see now you can't deny the truth. You can't deny the truth. You got folks that was completely Arteta in. They said we were crazy. They said Jez and Northside was crazy when they were sitting over there on parts back in March. And now you got folks talking about, well, it's just the manager. Do we have the right players? The transfer window was bad. Newsflash. We all sat here before the season and we told every last one of you all that the team was short, that we was an injury away from capitulation, that we needed to get a new manager. Edu is not doing a good job in the transfer window. We spent too much money on draws. We can't sell the draws. We got to try to loan out players to get players out of the football club. We got to terminate contracts. And we're going backwards. They told us all we were crazy. We were fools. We didn't know any good. Go support Tottenham. Go support Chelsea. Go support Manchester United. Go support Manchester City. Go support Liverpool. Go support Real Madrid. Go support Barcelona. Go support Olympiacos. Go support all these other teams. Don't support Arsenal because y'all ain't true Arsenal fans. What is this? They said, James, what is this old Arsenal fan? What does this old man know? Why is he so mad all the time? He's mad because he's not seeing the success that we've all seen growing up as Arsenal fans. We've seen what it takes to get to the top. This team is going directly to the bottom under this manager. We have wasted 5 years, y'all. Listen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Manchester United was nowhere to be seen. Nowhere to be seen in the title picture for at least 4 or 5 years here. And then you mess around here now. They've got somebody. They're getting ready to get back on track. You got Liverpool team that's all they still want. They're 2 or 3 signings away from sustaining. You got City, who I know for a fact City going to do some shopping in January based off of what I've seen in the last few games. And we are going to be sitting right here, sitting here again. And his line texted me before I came on. He texted me a few words. He said top 6 race. He said it's no longer top 4. It's top 6. Top 6 race. 6. Look at Brighton today. Look at Bournemouth today. Look at these teams. Brentford. These are all that on paper. It looked like we will beat them, but based off of what we've seen in the last 4 weeks, what team can you say that this Arsenal team is going to emphatically walk in and beat? There's not one team in the Premier League today that you can say, oh, yeah, we're going to beat that team, that you feel confident. This season feels just like we're back in the season where we finished 5th, the 8th, 5th season. Those 2 seasons is exactly how I feel. We're back with a manager who is all of his flaws have been put out for the world to see on display. And guess what?
I want to say you're right real quick because the football is identical to what we look like.
It's exactly. And guess what? Guess what's going to happen? Guess what's going to happen? We got Inter Milan on Tuesday. So we're getting ready to get took to the rinse. If you thought what Eddie Howe did, we're getting ready to play a man that knows defense. Bro, we are getting ready to get taken to the woodshed. This manager is absolutely.
They play a 3-5-2. They play their midfield is it's going to be a peak.
Yeah, it's gonna be another dead season, and it's early. And Jez, Kyle, Warren, y'all, Darren, y'all called it. I said I don't see us doing too much nothing this year, man. And I was holding out hope that we get the Carabao Cup, but because that's all I could actually realistically see was a Carabao Cup based off of the team that we had.
We're gonna throw everything. We're gonna throw everything we have at that. You're right. You said it earlier. We're going to throw everything we have at that.
That's what we can do is go for a League Cup, and that's it. Because everybody keeps talking about this title. I said today, no more title talk for me.
You got the likes of Egal. Before I joined on this show, I was watching on Lee's at the end of the show.
You heard it,
and he's going, "Oh well, we got to win the League Cup." That little mug. Oh, the League Cup. We don't need to win that. It's below us.
Mickey Mouse Cup. That's what I keep hearing. Mickey Mouse Cup.
We sat right there and said, "Hey man, why we go over there? That's beneath us. That's beneath the cup. Like we got bigger fish to fry." Now all of a sudden, it's a vaunted trophy.
It's a Mickey Mouse Cup when you're winning.
Yeah,
right. Like I get it. If we had 2 or 3 Premier Leagues in our pocket, maybe a second place in a final of a Champions League or even a semifinal. You know, that's the thing. And still, it's not saying I would keep Arteta if we got to a semifinal and that was it. It's either the Prem or nothing. But at least if we had something to back it up to say, oh, we can miss out on this League Cup. We can play, maybe a slightly less side, for the FA Cup. But now those 2 are only way out. He needs one of those to save his job. If he doesn't win one of those 2 now, I think he's fully done. I don't think he is. He needs to drop. He needs to drop. He needs to drop. No. He needs to drop out of the top 4. Otherwise, it's not going.
It's going to happen next week because we're going to probably end up drawing or losing to Chelsea.
No. I told you, Matt. We could end up in 7th today.
Yeah.
Today.
Right. Yeah.
So we were talking about that at the beginning of the season. But I'm just telling you guys, I want everybody to be prepared. Because I know how the Cronkies move. They're going to give him 1 more year after this, as long as he doesn't drop out of the top 4. If he drops out of the top 4, then I think he gets sacked. But we will win nothing this season. We will get top 4, and he will stay.
I'm not convinced.
I guarantee it.
Yeah, I'm with Jez. I'm not convinced we'll get top 4.
I think we do by the skin of our teeth, and he's going to stay. But I'm only saying that, Matt, because that's how this fan base moves is that we will get top 4. People will say it's a fucking trophy, and then start the cycle all over again. I'm just telling you.
He's got a point. You got a point.
But I'm not convinced, mate. I won't lie. You know, we've been here, seen this, done it before over the years. I'm not convinced we will get top 4.
I don't think we're gonna get out of the group. I don't think we get out of the Champions League. We're gonna probably,
we're going downhill starting this week. It's over, Matt.
The Champions League is a pipe dream, bro. We should
not
just
winning. Who's saying we're going to win the Champions League?
Yeah, I mean, no, you never. I'm not saying you said that, but I mean, just for someone like Egal to go out there and say, "Oh, but we still have the Champions League." I mean, that is completely
2 weeks.
delusional.
No, I'm not hearing this. 2 weeks ago, these guys are saying, "Oh yeah, we're favored to win the fucking Champions League."
Right?
Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, sorry, I apologize for my language. This isn't getting monetized. Who cares?
Nah.
I'm just saying, like, it's just
you're all right now.
These people.
Right, Jess.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I said at the beginning, YouTube can keep their $5. I don't give a shit. I just can't. Yeah, no. I'll pay them $10 just to get this off my chest.
There you go.
I just can't believe the delusion of some of our fan base. And look, I'm not gonna be one that comes on YouTube and tells somebody how to support the club. I'm not gonna do it. But I will call you out when you gaslight an entire fucking fan base and say that Kai Havertz is the answer in the 9 when he's never gotten it done there. And look, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to give Matt the floor. The reason we are here right now is because a big part of this is because this fan base allowed it to happen. This fan base formed a fucking cult of personality around this manager and around some of these players that put us in this position, because the ownership looks at what the whole social media is saying, Twitter, YouTube, whatever, and says, "Oh yeah, no, they're okay with Kai. They're okay with Kai Havertz in the 9. So we don't need it. We don't need to go out there and do anything, because they're going to keep buying the merch. They're going to keep buying the tickets. They're going to keep buying this, that, and the other. We don't need to. We got Kai. We got killer Kai Havertz. Why would we need
on a 5-year contract?
Serious.
On a 5-year contract.
Yeah, we have nobody to. Here's the thing: it's like we have nobody to blame but ourselves, because we didn't put the pressure on. We as a fan base, all collective, didn't put the pressure on this ownership to do anything different.
Nope. I'm gonna read a couple of tweets. One says, "The lack of creativity in this performance is honestly disgusting." The next tweet: "Disgraceful performance, regardless of injuries. The lack of urgency was awful. Newcastle were miles better." Another tweet: "Arsenal have a 42% win rate in the Premier League without Odegaard this season. So much for being better without him." Now, those tweets came from one Babs during the game.
Jeez.
Oh, jeez.
During the game. That came directly from Babs during the game. Now, he sat there on Northside a week ago and was talking about how this team is going to win the title and do all this and that and that and this. But you heard what he just said right there. You just heard what he just said. That doesn't sound like a man that's convinced that we're winning the title. See, these lies have come home to roost. All of this clout, all of this YouTube super chat, the super chat worship has come home to roost. These teams snuffed us out and have finally, every team we play this year knows how we play defensively, just get the ball from them and they just hold it. We've been snuffed out this year. We've been snuffed out. And now all of these fans that have sat here and chastised us, they have chastised and laughed at us and had a field day and just a good time. And now everybody's looking and saying, "Oh, Arteta might not be the man." Well, newsflash, everybody on this panel has been saying it for the last year. That's why I'm going to be having me a field day today. I'm not going to be upset over that, because it was already something we already knew was coming. So you don't need to be getting mad. But I told you.
Exactly, Matty. I said exactly the same to DJ. Be up, Steve-O.
Big up, Steve.
Say it's DJ now. I'm not actually sitting here crying about this, right? I'm not going to be jumping up. I'm doing a match reaction later this evening. If anybody's about, you're more than welcome to join me. But I'm not sitting there crying about it. I called it. I said in the week it's going to be a tough day out at Newcastle.
Mhm.
With the team squad we've got, I always knew it was going to be a tough one. And all we're doing actually is highlighting today how shit we are. It's simple as that. So, I'm not going to jump up and down and throw my chair out the window and smash the place up about it, because at the end of the day, we knew it was all happening. We've been getting away with it. We've been feeding a lie, right, to ourselves when we say, "Oh well, that's a great performance." Blah 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 blah. No, sorry, people. The pigeons have come home to roost, and we've been shown how shit this manager is, and how crap we are, and what a useless management we've got. We didn't do what we should have done in the summer.
Right.
So there's no point in getting upset about it, because
Three keepers and 2 windows, Jez.
6
3
in 5 years.
goalkeepers and 2 windows we purchased.
What was it? 7 or was it 7 or 11 in 5 years? That was kind of how many.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, what other squad in the EPL literally bought 3 keepers and 2 windows? And please don't fact check me. But I mean, my God, it's just like, why are we so obsessed
Big up,
with
Timmy.
this? Why are we so obsessed with finding this keeper, this elusive keeper? And then we go on Ben Ramsdale for 18 mil. But he was
Ramsdale shit. Ramsdale still shit. Sorry, I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I know, but it's just like we were looking for that Jose Garcia guy or whatever his name is. That never came to fruition. We just played an 18-year-old kid that we had to hijack from, get back
Ajax.
essentially from Ajax, right? Because he took off the Ajax. So I mean, it's just like, why? Like, why are we? And that goes to what I said before. Ever since the Man City game, we've been going into this defensive mode. Why? And like I said earlier, we've had 2 shots on goal in 2 away games at Newcastle.
He's so horrified. He's so horrified of what happened in that 93% season that he just completely just went away from it.
Is that it?
I'm gonna say this before I scoot, because I'm gonna hit over North Side. I want to say this is that I think what really, now, if it was one thing that really pissed me off today, that just really got under my skin bad, was how he did once again another week. He brings on Ethan Winari when clearly he sees we ain't getting nothing out of that game. And instead of you starting the man from the start where he can work his way into the game, provide a little bit of influence, you bring him out there and you throw him to the wolves, and you make him look like he's a fool. And you don't think that for 1 second that player doesn't realize that I'm telling y'all, yes, you call it. I told you, I'm on board with you. These players are gonna get sick of this manager after a while, and when they get sick of him, they're gonna down those tools, and that's gonna be all she wrote. That if it's any saving grace this season, it's gonna be the players that get him out of there, because I don't understand how you can see on Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday night how much influence the player had. Yes, Preston, but you start the player on a level playing field with everybody when the clock is 0-0, it's a different ball game.
Mm-hmm.
You can different philosophy. But then when you bring them on 1-0, you're struggling. The midfield getting overran. You got Martinelli losing the ball. You got Trossard passing balls into the abyss. You got all kind of crazy stuff going on, and then you bring him on and expect him to provide some influence. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Hey, I've got to quickly bounce. I've got the summons from Mr. Gunner.
All right. All right.
Thanks,
Big up
Matt.
Big up Maddie. Big up Jez every single time, guys. See you later.
On, boys, and I'll
we'll redirect over to Northside as well. So big up Jez. Tell Lee we said hello.
Yeah, no worries, man. Take care. Steve,
take care.
Good to see you. TJ, Dow, good to see you,
buddy.
See you later.
See you later. Yeah, I'm just flabbergasted, and Steve, Steve, just take the floor, because I'm gonna have probably one more very, very large rant, and then I'm gonna go back to bed. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm gonna go back to bed. I'm gonna start over. You know what I mean? We're just gonna hit
Start
the
your day
reset
all
button.
over again.
Yeah.
Go
Exactly.
looking for houses, TJ.
Exactly. Big up the chat. I got a gig in Wichita tonight. I'm just gonna drive it off.
Shit.
Yeah. But big up everybody inside. Make sure you're smashing the likes. Make sure you're subscribing to Arsenal history and more. Make sure you're subscribing to the
chat.
Southern Gooner if you have not. If you live under a rock, a bridge, somewhere where you don't have internet, you just
Under
go
the
subscribe to
sea.
the channels. Just go subscribe to the channels. My head is gone. Steve, go ahead.
I mean, like, yeah, that was relatively comfortable because we just outfought you. We just done the basics. Honest
Get
God.
him out of here. Get him out.
We just done the basics.
Yeah, that's all.
No, he's out of here. He's gone. I'm just kidding.
We just done the basics of team sports to a higher level than you ever looked like you were gonna do in that game. We were smarter. We played harder. The challenges that we made in that second half in particular, great sliding challenges, interceptions at the perfect time, play and pass it. Like there weren't many silly giveaways from us. There weren't many, poor decisions in the final third. Like we executed what we had to do, which was sit back, defend, have a good shape, remain disciplined, pick out your fouls at the right time, put good quality crosses into the box that will, get corners and, get some momentum going. Like we just done the basics to a very high level, and Arsenal just didn't, because this is, again, it's Arteta overthinking things. It's again Arteta in these crunch moments. It's like, he's got to pull up with the right card in poker, and he decides to get cute and play a different one because he thinks it's going to set him up for another one down the line. But then when you get down the line, you're already behind the count, bro. You're behind the count. Like he does too much. Nwaneri should have played and then Trossard off the bench, because that's the best possible solution to the problem, because Trossard off the bench has an effect. He doesn't when he starts. Nwaneri, what is he like when he starts versus coming off the bench and having?
He's fantastic. He's fantastic when he starts. By the way,
yeah, because that'll give him some confidence. That'll be like, yo, this manager actually.
Well, no, it gives him a chance. It gives him a chance to grow into the game, right? And here's the thing: I understand, like from just a pure player selection and size perspective, I understand why you don't start him. I understand why. I don't agree, but I understand it. There's no excuse for how Trossard was playing in that first 45 minutes to leave him on the pitch. He should have subbed him off at halftime. He didn't do it. As soon as I saw that freaking Belgian donut go out there to start halftime, I knew we were cooked. Because he was creating nothing. And then he goes out there, stinks it up for another 15 minutes, and then you throw Ethan Nwaneri into a fucking another impossible situation. He's 17 years old. He's not going to grow into the game in 15 fucking minutes. No. He's not going to do it.
Right. And sorry, keep going, TJ. I'm sorry to interrupt. Well, it's the same. It's the same treatment. It's the very similar treatment that Reece Nelson and Emeril Smith Rowe received over the last 7 or 8 years. Right? They were always brought in, right, the 10th minute, 5 minutes to go, and expected to make an impression. Well, lo and behold, now, we did all that rigmarole with those two players for years. And where are they now? Right? So my worry is that the same path is going to happen to our boy Ethan. He's going to get subbed in the 85th minute on some tight games to make an impression. And when that impression isn't met, number one, his value will drop down, and his value under Arteta's eyes will drop down. And then all of a sudden, he becomes the next ESR that we keep on the bench for 5 years because no one knows what to do with him. And then we bin him off to Fulham or someone. That's the worry I have for Nwaneri. It's not even his ability, his determination, his age. It's Arteta treating him as a second-class citizen on the squad.
Yep.
And he's putting him already in the same trajectory as ESR. It's the same trajectory. And it's the same treatment Wenger even gave ESR. The same treatment Wenger gave Reece Nelson. Reece Nelson, we've been him off to Germany, I think, for 2 years with Schalke. Or Hamburg. I can't remember which one it was. It was one of those.
Well,
two.
we sent him out on loan several times. I mean,
and
this is like the fourth loan.
Right, exactly.
Feyenoord,
And then,
like,
there you go. Right, he came back. He wasn't good enough, so Wenger at least had the mindset to say, "Okay, send him to Feyenoord." Or exactly, but we're not going to do that with Waneri. I mean, where are we going to send him to? Like he's the last we've got. We've got a 22-man squad. We don't have enough to send anybody anywhere. If he was, it just the Trossard thing is the nail on the head, like both of you guys said. It's just he's impactful when he comes in for Martinelli. We have proof of that. We have data of that. He scores goals from the left wing. And I was on Tony Claude's show, and there was a time where I said, well, Trossard should be able to do the same things as Odegaard. But let's be clear, he cannot. He is not. I mean, not that I rate Odegaard highly, but Odegaard and Trossard are not the same. Trossard is on the downhill slope of his career, while Odegaard is still kind of in limbo because he's never been wanted by a team anyway, but Arsenal, let's be honest. So
yeah,
I just, I just feel like in the transfer window, it's been good and bad. Even going back to the Odegaard transfer, we weren't really thrilled. He's had his moments, but I still think that if he comes back, what's to stop him? The fragile glass Odie from getting injured again. No, that's the thing. Once you get an injury, it's kind of like I feel like you're going to get it again and again.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Is that we don't have any other creative options in the midfield, and it's going to finish us. Like, it doesn't matter if it's if he's not going to play Waneri, fine. And here's the thing. He's 17 years old. I don't expect Ethan Waneri to go out there and tear up trees. When we say we want to start Ethan Waneri, it's a hope. It's like hopium to have him go out there and sink a goal.
That's what I was trying to tell you.
No, I know. And here's the thing. I'm gonna get around to it. We have arguably one of the best defenses in the league, and they are helped out by our midfield because we play a double pivot 6, and sometimes that left-sided midfielder goes up there and plays an 8. But if we don't have anybody in the 10 or on the right side at 8 that can do anything with the ball, we're fucking cooked. The only way you unlock Bukayo Saka is by having somebody that can actually go in there and create. And he can't. And then everybody's going on there. They're going to get on Saka today because he couldn't create something out of nothing. That's what kills me. And I'm going to get on. And the last thing I'm going to say about that bum Trossard, I'm sorry. I do not want to see this guy in the 10 ever again. Ever again.
Don't work.
If you're going to play him, play him in the fucking 9 and put that German ghoul in the fucking 10. I would rather see that. I would rather see that. Because look, if this guy isn't coming off the bench, you can expect a 4 or a 4 out of 10 or a 5 out of 10. He's fucking average, guys. He's average. He's not good enough to be starting and to be a talisman in this club.
Under your manager right now, yeah.
Like, he's not. And look, like, and everybody's going to be out there screaming Arteta out and all this stuff. That's fine. That's fine. Everybody is allowed to have their reactions. But at the end of the day, like, the reason we are spamming balls in from the wings, hoping that somebody's going to get a head on it, is because we have no creativity in the midfield.
We don't have a target man.
And here's the thing. And Arteta, you are taking the absolute fucking mick if you think that spamming balls in against Newcastle was going to work. Right. Like, that was the most embarrassing thing about it.
6'8" out there looking like three.
They have one of the tallest backlines in the fucking league. And you're expecting to spam in balls and get a fucking head on it. Like, what are we doing here?
Right, because there's no other options or ideas. And this is the thing. I sincerely thought at the Man City game, we discovered a plan B. We could actually defend as a full unit. I was wrong again. Yeah. And the thing is that and that's where it goes to, TJ. It's those little things of knowing that, maybe crossing the ball is not going to work this time because we have the Twin Towers.
It never looked good. It never looked good.
Spot, right? It never looks good. And like I said, Saka can float a nice ball in. Havertz can get a header when there's no one there. I think if you go back and look, a lot of those goals is because we caught them out on a counterattack while they had just one center back. And I'm just saying they as, whatever team when Saka and Havertz scores. Again, we aren't scoring goals from open play. The best goal Havertz has scored in the Arsenal shirt was the one against Bolton. I mean, again, there's no target man. At least for clubs like Chelsea, they have a target man kind of in Nicholas Jackson in some ways, even though I don't really rate him either. Liverpool have target man with Jota. Obviously Salah.
The fuck is this comment? What am I hyping up? I've literally been destroying them for the last fucking 50 minutes.
I think you're in the wrong chat, Timothy.
Yeah, Timothy, Saad's channel is down the road.
Yeah. Go follow Egal. No, the thing is, and like I said, we were passing it, like Steve would admit, we were literally passing it to their feet today. Like just
some of it was very good interceptions, but also some of it was straight up like Trossard passed it and then just
right to the guy. Like, and I saw Party do that too against Bournemouth.
Yeah,
he was surrounded by 3 players. He just passed it right to him. It's like the times. Big up Malia.
Big up Malia every time.
We looked nervous on the ball, and it's because, like Steve-O said, the pressure was too much.
Yeah,
it seems like every player is an Odegaard on a team, meaning that each player needs 3 or 4 yards of separation to do anything. It's like are we not training with a tight pressure out in London Colney?
Yeah,
are we not training that way? It's like the defense looks so different. We get a ball with our back to the goal. The Newcastle guy's right there, just right there, right? They get a ball. We stand off. I saw Declan Rice running diagonally away while they're dribbling the ball up the midfield because we're waiting. We're just waiting for them to do something, and we're waiting for them to make a mistake. But if teams don't really make a mistake, what are we waiting for? A game like today.
Well, and here's the thing. And I'm not trying to take the shine off of Newcastle. Newcastle did what was required.
Manager,
that's the thing. They just did the basics. I admit they did the basics very, very good.
They got out-coached and outplayed.
And here's the thing: is Dow could have been managing Arsenal today, and he would have known they're going to try to bully us in the midfield. So set up that way. Yeah. Set up and expect it. Tell your players, expect the bullshit from Bruno.
Party right back, starting up. And he moved him in the
bullshit from Joe Linton.
He took Party and eventually moved him in the midfield. Why don't you just fucking skip the whole step of putting him at right back? Go 3-4-3 with White, Gabriel, and Saliba, or Timber, Gabriel, and Saliba. It's not rocket science. You have to change the formation per the players that you have available. We're going to a 4-2-3-1, and then we go into a 4-4-2 defensive shape. I'm fine with that. But the 4-2-3-1 today was not working because Trossard is absolutely dog shit at the 10.
Yep.
You're playing.
If he's not coming off the bench to play on the wing, I don't want to fucking see him.
Useless.
I don't want to see him.
Exactly. No, and he's the bloody captain. We're playing 3 players out of position, TJ, because we don't want to make room for one.
Agreed. Jason, how is Saka not stepping up? What did you expect him to do today? He gave us the one chance, he created the one big chance that we got in that cross out of nowhere to Declan Rice, who fucked it up, by the way. So, Jason, I don't know what you expect him to do. He was the only guy out there that stood out in a positive light today. And he wasn't even that good.
Jason.
Lewis Hall done a great job defending Saka for the most part.
Yeah.
Jason, wouldn't you agree that Saka does get manned out of the game, but at the same time, he's predictable?
Yes.
I mean, I think other teams, it's predictable, bro. Like the other teams know we're going to get the ball to Saka in the final third, some way, shape, or form. And he's either going to have a left-footed shot. He's going to have a left-footed shot at the far post, right? And that's a very good point, right? Saka's going to have the left-footed shot at the far post, which that's fantastic when it goes in, or he's going to have a nice dink cross it. Other than that, he's a dead footballer. He was really good 2 or 3 seasons ago, but I think he's on the downward slide too because it's so predictable. Yeah. And it makes it easy, like Steve-O said, for Newcastle just to do a little bit better than the basics. If our back was to the goal numerous times, and we have no one that can do that turn, right? Rice can kind of do it. Jorginho can do it. But Party was at right fucking back for 60 minutes of the game. And then he puts him in midfield. It's like, just start him there. Like, what is the secret? Oh, I'm going to put him at right back, and the opposing team's not going to understand when I move him from right back to the center mid. Like, what are we doing here? Play the players in their positions. You don't see Pep doing that
Failure
shit.
to do the basics, bro.
Yeah. Again, Arteta complicates things. We've had 2 shots on goal in 2 away games at Newcastle.
That's awful.
2, 1-1. That's horrible.
Awful.
Like, I mean, does he not know that stat? He's got to look at the previous time that we were at Newcastle. He's got to look at the tape and realize, oh, we had 60% possession and 5 shots and 1 on goal. Maybe I should change it up. Oh, no, I'm going to go with what's not been working. Just start at the 10. I would have put Saka as the 10 and Jesus on the right in the last few minutes of the game. Saka in the 10's not a bad idea. He's played there hit or miss when Emery was there.
I just
don't get it, man. I don't know what
I just don't get it.
Asked.
Here's the thing is that he's out of ideas. That's
right.
And
the
the
problem.
team reflects that.
Yeah, he's out of idea. He's out of ideas. When you're spamming crosses in, you're out of ideas because you don't have any other way to create other than through the midfield, and your wingers are getting swallowed up. Pause.
You guys could have used a Joe Willock, a player like Joe Willock.
I had that thought. I had that thought for like 15, like when we were on the playback today, I had that thought. I didn't say it, but I was just like, God, Joe Willook looks good. Fuck.
Like, I know he's not good enough for you guys, but like you need a player like him where he looked good enough today. Yeah, he had that chance as well. He had the chance as well on the left in the second half. He had the chance on the left where he drove through. It was a great counterattacking move. Started off with right, Livramento pinged it, and then I think it was Cher, and then someone else held the ball up, played him in. You don't see that from Arsenal. Static, slow, predictable. It doesn't your play today did not challenge our shape. We did not get caught out of position. All we had to do was keep, stay resolute, keep the shape. And it was easy to do that. And just, okay, on this 50-50 challenge, just, don't get a foul. Don't get in yellow card trouble. And then you could go and break. It was that over and over and over and over again. This is the problem. It's you're not forcing teams to do the extraordinary. You're asking teams, can you do the basics to a high level, keep the mistakes low, be comfortable on the ball, and hit on the break with some intent. That's about it. So when you go to teams, when you go to Inter Milan away, they're going to be able to do that on a much higher level because they're a way better team than us.
We play them on Tuesday. Yeah. How are we, man? Like, I don't see us scoring. I see us losing 2-0 minimum. Like the way that we perform today, the lack of ideas, the lack of intent, man, I'm going to watch it because I feel like I have to. Like it's just like, I feel like I'm going to be that guy in A Clockwork Orange where they fucking keep my eyes open to watch it. It's going to be goddamn torture.
Yeah. Yeah,
like here's
the thing. I mean, I'd be happy, but still frustrated if we show up and let's say we beat them like 2-1 or 3-1 or something. Yeah. And then I'm like, then that's when I start to think, okay, maybe we're on a roll, but I don't think that'll be the case. It'll be a fluky, hard game. I think they play, if Steve can correct me, I think they play a 3-5-2. They clog the midfield. They have that blonde-haired Di Lorenzo DeMarco kid that is absolutely fantastic as a left mid. I would bring him into Arsenal right now. DeMarco will absolutely smoke anyone at right back. Timber, White, Kiwior, whoever the hell it is, this DeMarco kid is fantastic.
Because he can put a ball in. That was also the biggest, again, I keep saying this, that was one of the biggest differences between the two teams today. It was not only the frequency of crosses into the box, because, you guys did, but like our quality of crossing, it was putting you guys in trouble. It's what the goal came from. It was you didn't know what Newcastle were going to do next. You just knew there was something coming. We were going to
Yeah,
make.
I thought you guys were going to score again on that. That
we
one
just had
cross
more
that
threat.
Gordon did towards the end when it just went across the face of goal. If Isak was 2 seconds earlier, it would have
Willick
been
had that
2-0.
chance. Willick had that chance as well. That was over the bar on the left. Like I can sit here and name some big opportunities. So with you guys, it's like, where was your opportunities?
We had one.
We had one.
And then
Two
Rice tried
goals.
to do something second half. He missed wide right, and then
Too little, too late.
Long story short, Nick Pope did not have to make a wonder save in this
Nope.
game. Did not have to make a wonder
No,
save.
he was on vacation. Like it's
And he got a yellow card for dark arts.
Yeah, and I've said all I can say on this. Honestly, like
TJ's ready to call it.
I gotta call it a day. Number one, because I'm just so frustrated. We'll go live later in the week and we can talk about it more. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Like my head is so gone right now. And look, I know Matt and Jez like expected this, and a lot of people expected this. I was not I can take a loss. Okay.
But
losing like this, there's no excuse.
Right.
There's no excuse.
If it was back and forth.
Yeah. Especially when you need these 3 points to stay in the race. You know how important these 3 points are. And let's be honest, Newcastle and the league have been absolute shit. They've been there for the taking. And we did nothing. We rolled the fuck over.
Right. If this was back and forth, 10 shots, 8 on goal for
Nick
each
Pope
team,
has to make wonder saves.
and we lose 2-1, I'm fine with that because the effort's there. Like I said, the defensive masterclass at City was fantastic because any other team in the league would have gone down, who would have gone down 10 men would have done the same thing. Yeah. But we didn't concede till the very final last kick of the game. So there's something there at times. But then we go and just like you said, TJ, we go and do this then. Like he was and he won't make adjustments to where the weaknesses are. I'm done. We need a striker in. We need a midfielder that can create. We need another left back. I mean,
and the one at Lazio is doing pretty good right now. I can't lie.
Okay, I don't want that. I don't want that dog sexual assaulter back here.
You should see Maitland Niles. You should see Maitland Niles at Lyon.
Doing all right, yeah.
All right. We're getting out of here, guys. I gotta go. I got shit I gotta do. But big up everybody for watching. Steve, shout out your channel, bro.
Yeah, Strasburg Steve on YouTube. That's where I'm at. I just do football watch-alongs, really. But yeah, big up for having me, guys. Well, good game today, I guess.
Hey, man, 3 points. Get it, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
congratulations. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Well deserved 3 points for Newcastle. Dal, shout yourself out, my guy.
Check me out, Oregon Goon on YouTube. Thanks everyone for being in the chat today. I see you, Malia, Jason, DJ Crane, Gooner ER, Acers, etc. All the real ones. Sorry if I missed someone's name. Johnny Donuts, BBD David Vega, Will Hooper, Dr. Seymour Butts in the building, and of course Omar B. So thanks a lot, TJ, for firing up the show today. I know it was a hard one to do, but let's go see what we can do against Enter. Let's not let it ruin our weekend. And yeah, Arteta out.
Yeah, and we are, and it's not going to ruin my weekend because I'm going to go to bed. I'm gonna wake back up, and it's going to start all over again. Just a little power nap, and I'm going to be like, you know what? It's good. It's good to go. So
heads up onto the next.
Heads up onto the next. Oh, dude, I saw that heads up onto the next from the Arsenal Twitter, and I just said, "Fuck you."
It's like crack every time.
Fuck you, dude.
It's like,
anyway, yeah. We rolled over like when. Anyway, all right, guys, we'll see you next time. Go over. We're gonna redirect you over to Northside. Go over there. Say TJ Warren TV Raid. Until next time. Until next time. Goodbye.
Oh no, we suck again.